Before we start off, I want to introduce ourselves. My name is Rachel Ayers, and I'll be serving as president for the 2021-2022 school year.
My name is Christopher Clay, and I'll be serving as vice president for AWSU in 2021-2022.
My name is Abby Douglas, and I will be financial director.
And my name is Grant Hill, and I will be your communications director.
Okay, up next is the mission statement. Would someone please read the mission statement for us? Katie's a senior, I'm going to give it to her.
We, the Associated Students of Both University, are committed to promoting holistic growth, safety, well-being, and human fellowship. We shall advocate for the diverse voices of our student body justly and with compassion, establishing an equitable community with grace, respect, and intentional engagement.
Up next is the minutes from last week's meeting. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes?
I move to approve the minutes.
Second? All those in favor? Keep them high.
Oh, yeah, me too. I vote.
17, 18.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion passes.
Thank you, Granty.
Okay, we're going to head over to Katie with some club updates.
So I have blurbs from both clubs instead of a video or anything this week. So this is from Celia Heel about the Political Science Club. Political Science Club has had a great first year of being rechartered. The club has had regular meetings every other week to talk through business, but also chat through current events and share advice for navigating the department. The club also hosted a few key events. In the fall, we hosted an election watch party, bringing in a good number of students to discuss the campaigns and process of the election. In spring, we launched a newspaper roundtable. Every other Thursday, we invited club members and the wider campus community to read through newspapers from the New York Times together, and enjoy some light refreshments on the quad. We then discussed our thoughts and stories of interest. The event enjoyed regular attendance and helped offer a chance to engage in healthy political education for the broader campus community. Finally, we installed new officers who are looking forward to further recruitment next year and further establishing the club. And this is from Maggie with the Arts Club. The Artist Cooperative says hi. We had an eventful year in trying to get together while being safe and abiding by social distancing rules, but we managed to have fun and work on a few projects together. First, we've been trying to reestablish the First Friday walks. Spokane has an initiative where on the first Friday of the month there are different artists showing their work. So far, due to scheduling and safety precautions, we managed to do 2 of them. One was a club trip to the MAC, and another one was individual visits to artist exhibits. Another project we worked on is the community garden mural. Throughout the month of April, there was a competition around Whitworth for a design for the mural, and on May 1 and May 2, the art club recreated the winning design on the assigned spot. Currently, we are in the finishing stages of a club-wide cooperation for creating a club poster. Our members are creating 5x5 work inspired by their favorite artist, and once we have them all, we will put them together in a single work. Finally, we are conducting an educational artistic series called The Murder Wall. Every week, club members get a prompt for inspiration, adding to their walls to the competition of their own board. The murder wall of inspiration that drives them to do art. Apart from those projects, we've also been meeting to share our work, explaining what it is, discussing what critiques would look like and feel like, and discussing ways to build one's portfolio. We already have an officer list for next year, and we'll be discussing our future projects and opportunities for the summer and the upcoming academic year. And that's it.
Thank you, Katie. Up next is the president update. So first off, we're going to start with the sustainability bylaw revision. Last week, John proposed those to the assembly, and we're going to now look at them. One thing I want to remind you before we get in too far is that only current voting members will be voting on this. So we're glad you're all here, but only current members will be voting. So John, do you want to tell us a little bit more about the bylaw revision?
Yep, you want to go over it again?
We're gonna put it up on the board,
Cool beans.
and then, yeah.
That's basically it. One thing I do want to say before we get into it is that we do currently have sustainability regulations in the AWSU bylaws. That means that all that these ones are doing, all that we're voting on here today, is to basically replace that section. Don't vote on it. If you want to go back to the old ways, cool beans. Works for us. It's just a lot more work for all of you. What I was trying to do a lot in the sustainability regulations here is make it so this is easier and more accessible than what is currently in our bylaws. So I want it so that you all can do something that I feel is crucially important and should not just remain within the sustainability coordinator's position, but we should have a chance wherever we can, even if it's 2% to take care of our planet. That's just what it should be. If you have questions about that, please let me know. But there are bylaws that we already have that you would have to refer to if you want to vote on this. So.
Thank you, John. Do I hear a motion to approve the sustainability bylaw revisions?
I move to approve changes.
Okay, we are gonna put 10 minutes on the clock for discussion. Opening it up to you guys. Yeah, Christian.
So I have a few things. The first of which being, I was wondering if we could add something about like if someone that was doing event programming used some of their like budget in that event programming to be environmentally friendly, like instead of that 2%. Do you see what I'm saying? Like if they did something intentionally about like, let's say if they're using paper for like an art night.
I see what you're saying within that. It is going to become extremely difficult to try to monitor every single program that happens from there on out and say, all right, what is the additional cost being substituted out for this? What should I not count? What should I discount? Right? Because one of the problems right now with our current sustainability regulations is that basically you have to fill out a form every time you drive, buy something, go somewhere, do something, right? And all we would be doing by adding on some sort of like loophole in a sense, not quite like that way, but is kind of returning back to what we have right now. So what I'm trying to do with these current just flat out 2% is keep it simple. And 2% is already going to be less than what you would be contributing if we were already just following the sustainability regulations the entire year. So I see what you're saying, but I would suggest strongly against that. You get what I'm saying?
Can I refer to like?
Yeah, if you want to, yeah.
Yeah, yes, I love the simplicity, like, sake of that, I think it's great. I just think, like, it would be cool if, just like, as someone that wants to be environmentally friendly, I would love to just kind of build that into my program already. If I could. You know, I know that that's not always going to be possible. I just want there to be, like, room for that.
And I would love to work with you, and I would love to spend my time being able to work with you to make those events sustainable. I don't think the sustainability ends with carbon offsets. That's not at all what I'm saying here. 2% is a pretty low cost on that. It's super simple and easy to meet. If you want to do further sustainability stuff on top, great, fantastic. 2% should allow you plenty of room to be able to kind of go into those and not spending my time trying to review other events that have potential just wiggle room for that. Allows me to have more time with you all talking about your events if you want to do it in a more sustainable way. Kind of thing. So what I'm saying there.
Yeah, that was a great explanation. Thank you so much.
Georgia?
Yeah, so I really admittedly don't know as much about this as I should, so I'm sorry if this is a really stupid question. But in line item A, it says a carbon offset program will be funded. I was just wondering what is this offset program?
That's a fantastic question. The current the way that it works right now is running carbon offsets. Is we go through two options. So the first option is a group called Climate Stewards, and that's the group that I would be most likely going through. Climate Stewards is a nonprofit Christian organization that is vetted by a third party. So basically what that means is that all of their projects that they fund with the money, so some of the projects, for example, that they fund, a lot of the times they work with developing countries, with communities there. There's a Christian organization, for example, called Russia, which is a Christian environmental organization, works with communities to basically help fund their environmental education. So either you'd be helping to fund sustainable projects within those communities, such as basically helping to create an experimental forest that would both sequester carbon from the atmosphere, as well as help educate further students to be able to participate in environmental activities in the future. If you go onto their website, you can find a whole bunch of the activities. So if you wanted to discuss that further, I love a lot of the items that they're participating in. But basically, climate offsets they kind of seem nebulous, but they go directly towards actual projects that are boots on the ground. It's actual people doing real stuff that has impact right here, right now. That makes sense.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Victoria?
Is this just about carbon offsetting, or is this about all regulations that can be placed in all events and all positions?
Yes. It's so I might answer your question wrong here. The 2% does happen to all events that are being funded by AWSU dollars within senators, representatives, and coordinators. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. What? Club, yeah, all of them.
Right. So let's say, okay, so this just has to do carbon offset programs. So this could be like, one of the clubs only uses recycled paper, recycled plates, blah. Does that mean that they spend X amount of money on all these recycled things and 2% of what they spend, or like their budget goes back to this program?
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of going back to Christian's idea of sustainability is not just a one-off sort of thing. And I really super appreciate all of the clubs that are attempting and are reaching out and putting in the extra effort to do sustainable actions. It's the more that we can, this is not trying to say that, oh, you can just go out and
We
use
have
all styrofoam.
regulations on it already, like on it across the board already.
What do you mean by
Like,
possible?
do we have regulations on we can't use X amount of non-recycled products?
No, all of the current sustainability regulations apply towards is carbon offsets. So we don't have anything regulating your usage of specific materials in events.
We can't do that because that would be someone's full-time job just to regulate all those things. We don't have 50+ clubs that are having that all the time. We don't have hours to pay someone.
Olivia?
So I'm looking at number 5, and it says, mostly talking about carbon offset option starts as travel.
Yep.
So people are only allowed to represent 250. Will that come out of their 250, or will that come out of something else? So I'm thinking if people need 250.
Yeah, if you're looking at a $250 flight, you're looking at about a $5 to $10 carbon offset, just click the button. So I haven't quite discussed I don't know exactly what the budget is on that, or what your thoughts are on that exactly, Jason, but it should not be a hindrance to travel.
It's the 2% we pull it out at that time.
So would that impact the amount that they get?
It would just affect the amount that you can allocate from that budget.
Christian?
I was just wondering if, John, you would send like the links to the, websites for the offset programs following this.
Yep, I can do that.
Any other more comments for discussion? In that case, all those in favor? passes. Okay. Next up, we have the shared curriculum focus groups. I am passing this along from Parker Daniels. Mark Killian spoke to the AWSU Assembly a couple weeks ago, and there is still one more focus group that you can be a part of. Senators and representatives, those who are current, should have received an email about these focus groups, and hopefully you've been talking to your constituencies about them. If you haven't yet, please bring that up to them. It's literally deciding what will be in the curriculum for years to come. The focus group that is left is one tomorrow, and it'll be about classes regarding PE. So I would encourage you to look at that email from a while ago. Let me know if you have any more questions, and that is the shared focus groups. Random acts of kindness, Parker is still finishing those up. If you want to go up to his office to pick up a clothespin, to spread some cheer with someone else, that's still an option. Last on the list, we have summer communication. This is for people who will be in AWSU next year. First of all, we're so excited, and especially new faces in the room. Thank you for being here. What a fun time to have you all here. Over the summer, we will be holding not mandatory monthly meetings. And so what that will look like is myself, I will reach out to you within a couple weeks in advance, set up a Zoom call. It'll be everyone. And this will just be a time for us to share some info with you guys about what's going on at the university, as well as get a head start on some team bonding. I know Zoom isn't the funnest, but hopefully it'll be a great time for us to connect. Off of that, we will be using email as well as GroupMe to communicate over the summer. We decided on those options because we feel like they're a way that everyone can easily interact. So we will be creating a GroupMe. You will see it pop up. If you don't know what GroupMe is, it's an app that is like a big group chat, but it's for lots of different kinds of phones, and it works really well. So if you haven't gotten the app, I highly suggest you download it. Please let me know if you have any questions about that. And of course, we'll use good old-fashioned email, but you can be looking for those two things. Before we move on, I have two other housekeeping things. For new faces in the room, one interesting thing we do during meetings is when you agree with someone, you knock, instead of like restating what they said or cheering. I mean, cheering would be kind of fun, but for this setting, we're going to knock. So if you hear people knocking, that just means that they're doing an agreement. I encourage you to knock as well. And then something else I wanted to mention is traditionally, we all walk over to Sodexo after the meeting and have dinner together. Obviously, it's 4 people per table usually, but we would love to be with you there. I encourage you to get to know people during that time, and if you're from off campus, there will be meal cards at the end, so you get free dinner, which is pretty great. Okay, that is all I have.
In terms of my updates, those are the balances for the capital and unallocated accounts. Budget update is a simple but very important one, and that's because I want to encourage all senators to communicate with their residents about budget updates and decisions we've made, especially regarding those bus passes. That's all I have.
Meal cards, like Rachel alluded to already, I'll be in the AWSU chambers with some meal cards prepared. I'll give a code word at the end of everything, at the end of the meeting, and yeah, that's it for meal cards. Newsletters, so senators, I will be providing you my email and my phone numbers, because the last newsletter will be directed towards me so I can approve it and everything. I'd really like to have the budget and things regarding the bus passes in this newsletter, just so our student body can be aware of what to expect for the rest of the semester as well as the upcoming academic year. And our student highlight is Cristo. We'd like to give them a shout out because we see the work that they put in, especially with how difficult it's been through COVID. We appreciate the services that they provided our community. That's it for me.
All right, upcoming events, end of year banquet.
Okay, so I sent out an email yesterday to all of the members from this year. This is the end of year banquet for this year's members, so sorry for people who can't come this year, but next year we'll be doing one. So make sure you check that email. It has directions to the house, where to go, and all that fun stuff. It'll be a good time. Friday night, 6 p.m. Be there. I bought 10 pounds of brisket on Monday. We're ready to go.
Also, Corporal Shoes Up, make sure you guys sign up for that so we don't have 20-car park there.
constituency reports. We can start with Aaron.
Sure. Aaron's doing good. We're quieter than usual. There's benefits for doing that right now. I've been studying visual more often. And this really big utensils and, some cooking stuff I was also going. Yeah. That's it for me.
All right, BJ.
BJ is popping off as per usual, but more quietly because some of the finals and we want to make sure we're prettiest. Anyway, yeah, it's finals or it's about to be finals, so everyone's kind of just gliding down. The fridge has slowly started to empty out too, which is fun. People have been moving out like earlier too, which is kind of weird, kind of sad at the same time. And then we also just got all the sign-up sheets for checking out and everything up. So it's kind of looking like that end of the year time. So kind of happy, kind of sad feelings going on.
Valerie.
That was doing great. Yeah, and new is happening, everyone's enjoying each other, sad that New Year's
Boca.
Bob is bobbing. Not sure if we can say that though, because we're burnt out. We're ready to be done. Yeah, a lot of people are moving off campus, so they're getting ready for that. We also got the giant dumpster, and people are not following the rules by throwing cardboard in it, so it's frustrating. We're just ready to be done.
Duval. Global engagement grant.
Very most students are great grade. There's nothing much happening this week. Everyone's either busy for finals or like packing. And I know some students are going back to their country as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Incoming student reps.
It doesn't feel fitting to call them incoming students anymore, because in a week and a half we'll be done with our first year. So I'm going to say the class of 24 for the rest of the report. I'm so proud of the class of 24 for getting through this spring year. I'm so proud of all the members that decided to get involved, join the club, enter a leadership position. You can see all of the classes of 24 around me, and I'm so happy. I'm so proud. I am continuing to pray for the class of 24 members that decided to not continue their time afterward. I hope that they still remember their value and understand that this is a hard year, and hopefully we'll start to move into some savings that will be a lot different. And yeah, I'm just really proud of us for getting through this year, and I know that now we can do anything, so I'm excited to see what we can do.
Georgia, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I mean, I think Christian hit a lot of the points that I wanted to hit, but I'm ultimately really grateful, not only to the class of 24, but also all of our transfer students who have made our time in this role so impactful and so helpful to us as leaders. And I just hope that moving forward, we're able to help the incoming student representatives next year, and we're able to show them what to do, what not to do, and that, we're just able to move forward from this being stronger and better than we were when we came in. And I think that's true not only for Christian and I, but for everyone in this room. So I think ultimately we're both just really grateful, and we're sad to see him go, but we're really proud of everything that our constituency has accomplished this year.
McMillan.
Max doing good. We are pretty much just soaking up this last week or so of school.
early. They want to get back to their groove. A couple people I talked to are excited to come back next year and see what has in store or what Whitworth wants to do. Really quiet, exciting. What else? Oh yeah, finals started this week for a couple people I talked to. Mainly on Thursdays and Fridays. And yeah.
Stuart.
We're doing good. I'm proxy. We're getting into final week and people are moving out, so that's kind of stressful. There was a line of pre-workout that led from the bathroom to somewhere, so that cleaned up this week. Yeah.
Warren.
Warren's doing good. More things last weekend. A lot of people showed up, but 4th of July and got fun. And yeah, we're right now we're also doing right. It's like how it's going to change.
What flex rep?
Y'all, we have 7 more school days of online classes. Flex is coming to a close. Everyone's pretty calm and excited to return back to campus, however it may look like. I'm pretty sure I convinced every single one of my constituents to return. So.
Alright, did I miss anyone? Sweet. Campus values.
I really appreciate our Roush crew. I don't know, we like this way to sometimes close-minded today. I'm just a little bummed about the flower baskets. They're not as big as usual. I remember them being in the fall. And I think the flower baskets also agree. So that was a little sad.
Don't worry.
So a little theater plug. Angels in America opens up this weekend. This is a really cool show that many students have been a part of, and yeah, it's a big milestone for Whitworth. Also, it's the first time that queer stories and representation is happening on our Whitworth main stage. So I can send you guys some information, but it's a really cool show. It's live streamed. It's happening Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday matinee. So yeah, check it out.
Other Katie?
So I know for the majority of us, the end of the school year brings about great happy summer vibes, the end of school and stuff like that. But for some people, maybe having a less stable environment like the residence halls or a less set schedule like school doesn't bode well for some people. So if you know someone who doesn't have a stable or loving home to go to, give them the support they need towards the end of the year, give them some love, and let them know that you're there for them.
I just wanted to say that I've heard from multiple sources, and I don't have this professor, they're my advisor though. I've heard that Dr. Baird canceled classes for this week and for mental health reasons for his students, and multiple people have voluntarily told me without knowing my connection to him how great he is for doing that. And so I just wanted to do a shout out for professors like that who care about people's mental health.
So I sent an email out a couple of weeks ago, but to everyone in the room. But if you are sticking around and would like to work commencement weekend, we still have a few spots open. This is a fully paid position. You have to be able to work all 3 ceremonies, but we're still looking for people. So if you know people who want to work, we're going to be around. You can also get a late checkout of your residence hall, so if you're wanting to stick around, just send those people my way.
Further reminder to watch out for decisions, because for a lot of people, this is harder than finals week, because all the final projects, essays, even the extra
think I've heard the answer before, but why does Woodward have school on the Monday of finals week? Does anybody know? Okay.
That question.
I would assume it's because we start on a, like, Wednesday, and we're required to have X number of actual, instruction days per semester.
Okay.
That would be my guess.
We should not do that. But yeah, that's not really our job. Anyway, okay, thank you, Jason.
This isn't really unrelated, but Access organization, cadre, my cadre, we're going to be hosting a dinner this Saturday at 180 Bar Bistro to raise money for some baseball team for Rogers area. That's where I grew up, and it's our clubbing area. And typically, like, you see a wealth of equality in athletics because paying $300 for entry fees is a lot for middle schoolers. So we're trying to raise money to eliminate that. So that's just how we do it.
On that note, I will be sending an email to everyone here about that and to have feeling.
I was just gonna ask for it to be sent out.
Any other vibes? Okay.
Alright. Celebrating, I think there's 11 summer birthdays. So I forgot them in the office, so George ran back to see them all. So if you get the cake, oh, that's true. If your name's on the list, you can come and I'll have candy for you guys. You can come and grab it.
No, I don't remember.
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just toss it up here.
Why don't we do it after the
Grant,
What?
you want to pass out candy after?
Is that how we normally do it?
Yeah, so I'll take it now.
Happy birthday. And happy late birthday to VP Chris, whose birthday was yesterday.
Shout out.
Shout outs. You're on there.
That's so many. Yeah.
Let's do Parker.
Shout out to y'all in the new sector. You guys absolutely killed this.
Perfect. Jen?
Excuse me if I'm a little long-winded, but this may be my final AWSU meeting as a member. So I wanted to shout out anyone, whether last year or this year, who has ever served with me. This job is not easy, but having great people always makes it better. Just shout out to everyone.
Yeah, I would say, I was trying to set it as a vibe or a shout out, because I've been talking, my other job is tech, and that's been my job for 4 years, and I know I've talked to tech lately, you know, they're burned out too, and it's a tough time for them too. They've had to readjust, they've had to kind of reshape how they've been doing things. So kind of a shout out slash a vibe, just for the people in the room who have been doing events and have seen tech people helping out, just be sure to thank them kind of during the event or see them afterwards, just be sure to thank them, but especially for people who are going to be planning events for next year. Be their friend. Like, we did an event the other night and we felt a weird sense of like people weren't allowed to talk to us who were in the event that we were running. It was very weird. It was a very weird vibe. And so I would just ask kind of for people who have done events with people who are on tech, thank them, ask them if they want a bottle of water, just ask them how they're doing, talk to them, and especially for people next year. They are your friends and they root for your events as much as you root for yours, and so just be on the lookout for them because they're fantastic people and they're really, really great.
All right, I always have quite a few shout-outs, so hopefully I remember them all this time. Starting with John, thank you for doing the sustainability bylaw updates. Clearly, we're well versed in what you're doing, a lot of research, so awesome job on that. David, awesome job on the Washington yard sale. I got money for $10. Love that. Thank you, execs, for including summer birthdays. I love summer birthdays was You know, it's okay. So thank you for that. Just thank you to all of this group people, just performing, as a freshman. I really appreciate it. Every single one of them is working there for one thing or another. Love you all, and I'm excited to start our next meeting next week.
Okay, I'm next. So, I have a couple. First, I want to shout out Emily and Jason because we have all been together at AWSU for 3 years. And Emily, this is our last AWSU meeting ever. So, yeah, I want to shout out the ups and downs that we've been through together on AWSU and really highlight Jason and how much he's been there for so many years.
I really do part of our community.
I know. And I really want to shout out Georgia and Christian. We have needed people for incoming students for a really long time, and I think to have these specific positions and for you guys to just absolutely knock it out of the park right away has just been so incredible and inspiring for me. As a senior, I wish I had you guys. So, amazing job. Good luck in your future endeavors. And that too for all of our future AWSU members. Keep up the faith.
I've got a few as well. First one is to Parker for selling me a $1 Nerf gun. Best investment I have ever gotten. It was so good. It's gonna serve me so well this summer. I want to get a holster for it and just. I'm actually really excited, so thank you. But also thank you for being great, as well as the rest of the execs I serve with. Y'all are amazing. And thank you to the current AWSU for doing amazing things this year. You all are amazing. And we did something really crazy and hard, and our resumes are never going to show exactly how much we did. But y'all care so much, and I care a great deal about you. Also, good luck to the next team. Y'all are, I'm sure there's going to be crazy stuff, but I have full confidence and faith and can't wait to see how you guys do.
I just want to shout out my people who helped me with senior bingo. I really appreciate it. Olivia, Rachel, Chris, Emma, Logan. You guys are awesome. Could not have done that event without you guys. So thank you so much. And then just shout out last meeting. It's crazy. Thank you, Jason, for everything. And you have been a huge part of, I know, my time at Whitworth and a lot of seniors' time at Whitworth, and we're so appreciative of you. So thank you.
You don't write my name down. I move to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor?
You can do it.
Oh.
We didn't get the code.
Oh, Doofenshmirtz.
Okay, all those in favor?